But I would say, since 5-6 is a difficult connection with the contrary motion, don't touch it. It's okay. We can touch the first chord, and instead of the C, the tenor, you can double something else because you have more possibilities for the doubling. What can we write in the tenor?
说 parallel 8 parallel octave 那个是
parallel octave.
Yes, and how can we avoid the parallel octave if we take an other note? Oh, sorry, I'm taking away your notes. So we have to take away the C in the tenor. Which note can we write?
Si re sol si re re sol 你问的行吗
Si re re sol.
Yeah, you can also take the re. Yeah, that's better. Okay, good. Yeah, that's that. And then I see there's a similar mistake here. Second line, second bar.
Yes.
parallel octave
Parallel octave.
So again, we can change the mi of the tenor and
Mi.
take another note.
咪哆扫哆不是咪骚扫哆
Mi sol sol do. Okay.
Mi sol sol, yes, and then the sol can be here. Yeah. Yes, okay. Here I see a little mistake. It's a fa. I think fa la do
法
fa.
拉哆
Yeah.
不是法拉嗦
Sorry, it's moving. Sorry, it's my computer. And then Lillian, watch out for this octave as well.
咪咪法发全都是平八咪哆咪嗦
Maybe here, to avoid the octave, you can do the contrary motion. So if this note would go down, we can avoid it. So here do,
法拉哆
and then fa, and then la.
La.
Here.
yeah exactly 说
Okay. And then this is the same that we just discussed with Gouffin. So when you have the big connection is still 4-5, we need the contrary motion from this point to this point.
你要说是咪西咪骚
So la
说
si,
咪西咪
we
骚
just made it together. La si sol. Right.
咪西咪骚说
Mi si mi sol.
Mi si mi sol. Very good. Yeah. The notes are moving. Difficult to read. Right, now I take away your notes. And watch out for this octave, Lillian. So if you have to change something like that, always look at the sixth chord, because the fundamental chord is difficult to change.
拉拉
But
到
the
蕊
sixth chord
蕊
has multiple possibilities for doubling. So it's not so difficult, and you can take away the re and put something else. Maybe you put the re because if before, I don't know if you had
Fa,
la
fa,
mi,
si.
si fa, that would be a fifth. So the C is not possible either. So that means there's only one possibility, that is the fa here.
yeah 你说
Yes.
Makes sense? Okay. Okay, good. So just watch out for the connections with the doublings, but you know that it's easy to change always. There we have more possibilities.
Okay, thank you.
You want me to send this to you after the lesson?
Yeah.
Yes,
I will.
Yeah, okay.
I will.
Okay, then today we will speak about more sixth chords, and then today we can finish with the sixth chords. I'm going to show you the next chapter. So the six chords that we still have to do, that we didn't do yet, is 3, 6, and 7. And they are the last ones we see because they are actually not independent chords. That means they are not so strong, and they probably cannot be, let's say, alone. We have to check then how they can be used. And if you look at them, you will see that they will always look a lot like another chord. Like here we have Mi, Sol, Si. First inversion is Sol, Si, Mi, but it's very close to Sol, Si, Re. But they are close. We saw the same last week with 4 and second.
你录屏了吗，宝宝？
But the second degree is
没
a
录
bit
屏，现在录
more
屏。
strong because it's a tonal note involved. But here the chord is not so strong. So that means you can use it, but it has to go together with the chord that is very similar. So they go in pairs, they go together. Do you remember we spoke about the third degree a while ago when it was fundamental position? We had two possible functions. It could be tonica or it could be dominant, depending on the situation. But now, today, with this, when the chord is in the first inversion, Sol is in the bass, this means it's always dominant. It's never tonica, it's always dominant. In the minor tonality, you see here, we already saw this, but this is an augmented triad. Mi bemol, Sol, Si, natural. So this is a special sound in the minor tonality. So what we have to check now is that the chord is not independent. So we have to find combinations together with the fifth degree. So here you see a possibility. So you see 3 and 5 are together, and there's only one difference, and that is the soprano. Mi is going to re, and the other voices, they are the same, of course. As a result, the mi bemol is going to sound like an ornament. So the mi bemol is going to sound as an appoggiatura of the re. So there are even two possibilities to look at it. You can say, I see third degree sixth, and I see fifth degree. But you can also say, for me, this is fifth degree, entirely fifth degree, and the mi bemol is appoggiatura. So it's a way to look at it. So that means that the third degree is always like a decoration, an ornament of the dominant. And then, of course, you can make different combinations with mi and re if we switch them. Like here, re, mi, do. The order is opposite. Then we call this escape tone. And then there are more possibilities. I'll show them to you. Mi, re, mi, do. So it's first an appoggiatura, and then at the end, quickly, an escape tone. Re, mi, do. Or opposite, re, mi, re, do. And then the mi is a neighbor tone. So you see that the third degree now can make many combinations with the fifth degree. The order you can choose, it can be before the 5, can be after the 5, but they have to be together. And then you get a bit more chances for the melody. And then we should speak about the doubling. You understand that if they go together, they should have the same doubling. And that's normal because if we look at the tonal notes, the tonal notes in Do major is Do, Fa, Sol. So the only note that we can use is Sol. And that's good because it's the same note as we also double on the 5. That's also Sol. So I mean the doubling is the same with all the other 6 chords, and it will be always one of the tonal notes. I wrote here also never double the leading tone. Of course not, because the leading tone is C, has to go to Do. We cannot do that 2 times. So you understand so far? So if you make connections, like for instance 5 to 6 with the 3, remember we have to take the big connection from 5 to 6.
宝宝，你好好听，我给你写一段话，到时候你跟他说啊。
Because 3 is ornament. It's like in the exercise we just did now. If the main chord is still involved, we need to do the contrary motion. Okay, let's go to the next because it's very similar. 6 degree.
不，你不用跟他说，你就跟他说一个主题，然后你告诉他，你说你嗓子你得了急性心炎喉炎，你说我不太方便说话，你说我会写邮件给你。
So we say the 6 degree
然后我会之后写邮件给他。
Is always ornament of do mi sol, so they have to go together, exactly the same. The only difference is that these chords are tonica this time, of course. You know, 6 degree is tonica. So exactly the same story. The chord is not independent, so it is ornamental, and it has to be together with 1. And then you see the same combinations. You make one big group, and you write one chord actually, and only one difference, La Sol. So this is abjattura of tonica. Now the opposite order, passing note, if you want. All combinations you can think of.
Has felt a
like we saw before, La, Sol, La, Fa, abjattura and neighbor tone, and abjattura and escape tone, and now neighbor tone.
And has also felt summary proceedings at the Belgian
and
first
then
level.
Also identical is the doubling. If you think of the doubling in the tonal notes, Do, Fa, Sol, we need to use Do.
Neither of
and that's perfect because on the tonica on 1, we also have Do. So they have the same doubling. And like that, 3 voices don't move, only 1 voice can move. If you have any questions, you can stop me. Okay, and then there's one more. Wait,
yes, and I have a little problem. Yes, I didn't see these views on the internet. I can't see it.
Can you say again this?
Yes, I don't see these notes on the views of our group.
The document. No, I didn't put the document. I will put the document after the lesson. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I haven't put it yet. I will give it to you. Yes.
Okay.
Maybe you wanted to take notes now.
Yes, I want to use it on my iPad and I can write something on it.
Yes, okay, one moment. I'll put it now and you can use it right away.
Okay.
How? 他就没讲啊，听着了，他没讲啊。他在干嘛呢？他在等谁吗？我想亲亲你。
Now it's there. Can you check if you can see it?
Okay, thank
Super.
you.
Is it? Can you see it?
Yes, I got it.
Okay, super.
在那个文件里是吗？第8个 6 chord， 第2个是吗？没有
Yes,
第几
I'm sorry, I
看到了
forgot to put it already in the group.
3级到4级到7级。
Lyndon, you also will find it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. If you want to take some notes, go ahead. Then I wait before we go to the next one. So you can just think that 6th degree 6th and the 3rd degree 6th is exactly the same story. They are not alone, they belong to another chord, and you can make all combinations in melodies with the other chord. One is dominant, completely dominant, and the other one is tonica and completely tonica. So the story is exactly the same.
你打开了吗？
Also the doubling is the same. So I'm going to show you some music.
这不是我弹的那首曲子吗？
Do you know this music?
告诉他布拉姆斯的曲子，告诉快说。This is Brahms。说。
Brahms.
Yes, this is Brahms. Very beautiful intermezzo for piano. So I'm going to point out some chords. Let's start at the end in the cadence. So we are second page. At the end here you see violento. So in the end, violento, the before last system. Can you find it? So the piece is A major, and he writes a cadence that means this is dominant, mi, and then tonica, la, here in the end. So let's check what he writes on the dominant. Can you check this chord on the violento?
你跟他说这是5级加6音，快说。
It's cadence, yes.
Okay.
你跟他说那个和弦是
So which chord do we
dominant
have on the
dominant
violento?
plus 6 note， 快说 dominant plus 6 note
Dominant plus 6
note plus 6
note.
plus 6 note。
Yes. So you mean mi sol si, but first mi sol do, eh?
Yeah.
Yes, and how do we call the do?
Mi sol do.
Yeah, mi sol do. What did you say, Gufan?
这是3级。
Third six.
Yeah, 3rd degree 6th as appoggiatura
3级的
of the
6和
real
弦。
5.
To the five,
Yes.
and then to the 1, so it's a perfect cadence.
Exactly. Very good. Yeah, that's it. You see that here he does it again, eh? He repeats the same. So do to si, 3rd degree 6th, and then si is the real dominant.
5 7. I don't know how to say it. 5 7.
Yes, with the re at the end is 5/7. Yes.
Yes.
We didn't study the 7th yet, but you can always add it. Yeah.
这是米升骚西瑞 A 大调的属7和弦，就是米升骚西瑞嘛，5级是米升骚西，然后这上面有 瑞。
Okay, let me show you another example. I don't know if you know this piece. It's a Russian edition, but it's not a Russian composer.
你跟他说这是
It's a sonata for violin
弗兰
and piano.
克，刚才跟他说弗兰克的曲子，他没问。
You recognize it? It's César Franck.
这是哒当哒当哒当哒当。
It's actually a Belgian composer, huh?
哒当哒当哒当。
But he lived most of his life in Paris, in France.
当哒
So let's have a look. This is also A major, and I would like to show you this bar. Third bar of the second line. in A major, what would you say? Look at the piano.
你跟他说那是6级，就是1级上加6音，或者是6级的6和弦。你跟他说
6.
Yes.
How to say it in English?
6 is good. Yes.
Okay.
Good. And then?
And then,
Fa goes to mi, then you get?
Yes, then turn to the 1.
Yes, and then you get the 1.
Yes.
Exactly. So what can you say here? What is the musical meaning of the 6/6 at this moment?
This moment.
Which ornament is the 6th degree at this moment?
So I think, it's a tonica.
That's the function. Yes, it's a tonica, both together. But if we just look at the music and we say fa mi, how do we call down the fa?
Passing note.
Well, it's passing note is
延流
always
音，延流音咋
this
说
is
来着
on the strong beat.
？suspension 说 suspension note，快说，
Beat.
快说 suspension note，说，快说 suspension note，快说
Can you check
suspension
in the
note，
text I just gave
suspension
you?
note，
It's
快
the
说，
first example.
Okay.
快说 suspension note， 延流音 suspension note。快说呀！说呀！
Maybe go back quickly to show you. Here, this first example down the page. You see, first is the 6/6 and then the 1. That is the strong beat. So that we call
啊，我看
appoggiatura.
看
So we say that the 6th degree
appoggiatura 装饰音
is appoggiatura of 1.
Okay.
So, and in the text of César Franck sonata,
And so can you spell it? Can you spell it? I don't know it before.
appoggiatura.
Yes, I don't know it.
appoggiatura 就是装饰音的意思，装饰有很多种，这是装饰音的一种叫延流音 suspension。
Appoggiatura means it's a dissonant note that creates an accent on the strong beat.
你跟他说，你说这是 suspension，
Accent on the strong beat. And it's an ornament, eh?
Yes, now I got it. I
你
don't know
说
its
你问他
name.
这是 suspension note， 你说
This is a suspension note.
Can you say again?
Suspension note.
Suspension note. Yes. Suspension note is also good when there's a connection to the previous bar. If you would if you connect this, you see connected, then it's suspension. When there's no connection, we say appoggiatura. But of course, it's almost the same. It's almost the same idea. So I'll write it too.
我手机没电了，等一会儿啊，我给你打过来。
Okay, good. So that's another example.
拿啥？不好使啊，这个。
Let's check in the same music of César Franck. Another cadence is here. Third page of the music and on the top. Which tonality is this? If you look at the bass, si, do, fa.
告诉他是升 F 小调，
As a cadence, eh?
升 F 小调，说
In the bass, si, do, fa. Which are the functions?
升 F 小调，快说，升 F，快说 ，F sharp minor，快说，
F sharp minor.
Sorry, Lyndon, I didn't understand. Can you
F
say
sharp,
again?
F sharp.
minor.
F sharp minor. Good. And which are the three functions for the cadence? If you look at the bass, C, Do, Fa.
你告诉这是这个，
I mean, tonica, subdominant, dominant. Which are they?
你说 authentic cadence， 啊不是 perfect cadence。
Perfect cadence.
Sorry, I don't understand. The connection is a bit broken.
你说
Can you repeat it, Lyndon?
perfect cadence。
Perfect cadence.
Perfect cadence, yeah.
And
And
authentic
the
cadence。
functions? So if you have to choose from tonica, subdominant, and dominant, which chord is which function? I will help you because I'm sure you know that the perfect cadence, the last function, is tonica.
Yes.
Which function is then the do right before the tonica?
你跟他说这是 dominant seventh chord。
Dominant. Yes. Good. And the C right before?
这是你要下属 subdominant。
Subdominant. Okay, very good. Now, can we look at the dominant? Which chord do you see on the dominant? Do, mi, la,
升哆升
and
咪
then
升
do,
嗦
mi,
西。
sol, si. How can you
升
call
哆
it?
咪拉是这个告诉的三级，就是三级的六和弦。This is the third sixth chord,
Is
third degree,
third degree chord.
first inversion.
Very good. Yeah. 5, huh? With the 70 also right.
But you say third six is just can be the tonica.
No, third 6 is always dominant.
Oh, okay.
Third in fundamental position can be tonica, but when it's inversion, it's always dominant.
你跟他说一下，这是
Because of the do and the
appoggiatura
bass. Sounds
那
like
那个
dominant.
拉还是他刚才讲的 appoggiatura 是吧
So, and now we have to say la is an ornament.
appoggiatura 是吧
So the third degree, which ornament is it?
你说这 passing note 问你跟他说是不是 passing note？
So if you have to choose from, can you say again?
Passing note.
Passing note is good, yeah. Or if you check only the chord in this beat, you can also say appoggiatura because it's on the beat.
对对对
But passing
appoggiatura
note is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, both are possible.
appoggiatura
So you understand how the composers use the third degree or the sixth degree? It's just a little ornament on the same chord, and the rest of the voices don't move. It's just the soprano.
对 appoggiatura it's in strong beat 跟他说
Okay, let's check what else we have. Do you know this piece?
你说 Chopin 快说 Chopin Nocturne 快说Chopin Nocturne 快说呀
Shopping.
Chopin's
Yes.
doctrine.
Nocturne
Yes, you both know it, eh? Chopin Nocturne. Yes, very good. Which is the tonality?
跟他说 C minor 快说
C minor.
C minor, very good. Can we look at the first bar? Which chords do we have in the first bar?
你说掏哪个快说第一个是掏哪个第二个是
Tan.
第二个是
Tonic
第二个
yeah.
是 six degree 然后 first inversion 说 six degree first inversion
And then the second chord,
6 degrees
you see that there's only one difference, eh? So going to
6 degree first inversion
But it's a 4/6.
but it's no fa, eh? It's a la, mi, la in the left
说
hand.
6 degree first
There's no
inversion
fa.
6/6.
Yes, 6/6. That's the chord we have today, yeah?
Yes.
Yes. So now my question is, 6/6 you know is an ornament, because this note is an ornament.
Yes.
Which ornament is this? Sol, La, Sol.
辅助音，辅助音 neighboring
Or
Neighbor note. Yeah, very good. Or you can say neighbor chord. So in this case, the 6th degree is not appoggiatura because it's the weak beat. So this time it's neighbor chord. You see that Brahms and César Franck, they put the La on the first beat. They switch the order of La and Sol, and then you get appoggiatura. But if you do it on the weak beat, you get neighbor chord, neighbor note. So you see how inside the same chord, same function, you can still make a little bit of movement in the melody. It's very nice to create melody. But the 6th degree will never be alone. It's always together with 1. Okay, I'm going on. Then there's one more we have to check, and that's the 7th degree. We never spoke about the 7th degree before. The reason is if you have the 7th degree in fundamental position, it's very weak, and in the first inversion, it's stronger. Do you know why? Why is the first position very weak?
你说你刚才说这个跟 it's like a subdominant， 不能瞎说。你说它更像二级
because
它更像二级是
it can get a melody to 2.
Yes, it will have a melody to 2 because you see that they are similar, although they are not the same function. They are similar by accident, not because they are family. But indeed they are similar, and because of that reason they will be used together. Yeah. But if we look at the first chord, Si, Re, Fa, fundamental position, why is this very weak? Which intervals are they? Si, Re, Fa?
因为你刚才西不稳定，西是导音，你就西 is leading tone， 说 it's very unstable.
C is leading tone, yeah.
It's very unstable.
Can you check on the interval from C to Fa?
你说 it's diminished fifth.
How do we call the interval from C to
diminished
Fa?
fifth.
Diminished? Can you say again, Lilin?
You can say diminished
Diminished
fifth.
is good, eh? But
Diminished
which
fifth.
interval?
Diminished fifth.
Yes. Diminished fifth, exactly. And when you make the inversion, how do you call this interval? Fa, Si?
你就是 augmented fourth. 快说
It's the
augmented
opposite.
fourth.
That's a fourth, eh?
Fourth.
Yeah. So that means the diminished fifth is like very weak.
减五
So
度
it's
非常
like a
虚弱
building. You have a building, and the walls of the building are a bit like this. And the building is very weak.
对，就是它
So
意
that's
思
why
是
in the
说
music the
减和减有
7th
这种
degree is
内聚性
not used
增和
much.
减有这种
Very,
向外
very,
长
very
的
little, not much. So that's why we never spoke about it. But the first inversion they use. And there are
你说话是这样，
two
你说话他听不
situations.
见，我这边我都听不见，就是你一说话，我这边都一点都听不见，非常非常非常差信号。
Here,
你要多说几遍，说2遍。
7 to 1 in two possible doublings. There we have two doublings. We can double the Re or the Fa. If we think of the tonal notes, Do, Fa, Sol, actually the best note would be the Fa. So this second position here actually is the best note. One Fa goes to Mi and the other Fa goes to Sol. But actually you can also double the Re, like in the first example. It's also good.
就是它可以重复
But
三
of
音，
course
也
you
可以
have to
重复
know that
五
the
音，但
7th
不能重复
degree is a nice chord, but it's not so
就是它的根
strong
音。
as the 5th degree. So if you can choose for the dominant, the 5th degree is better. But sometimes composers use also the 7th degree. Here's another example. Do you see the 7th degree is in the middle of two tonicas? and this is passing line, this is passing line, and this is neighbor line, and another neighbor line. And as a result, all the nodes are ornaments. So we say the whole chord is a passing chord.
就是这里面这个导和弦是作为这个经过和弦，经过音，经过和弦，看到了吗？软软法西，它就是从哆过渡到一级，过渡到一级六。
That's what Kufang just said. We have a chord that looks a bit like the second degree, so we can combine them.
比如说软软法拉到软软法西，就二级到七级六是非常像的 passing note。它作为一个经过和弦。
Actually, you suggest a 7th degree.
Yes.
So, like that, you can make a cadence. This, I have to say, is a plagal cadence because it's subdominant tonica. But with one passing note, you get a feeling of dominant, but very little. So, and that's what you see. I have to tell you that this cadence, this is the plagal cadence, is the oldest plagal cadence from the model time. Because today, when we think of plagal cadence, we say 4-1. But the older plagal cadence, the ancestor, the first one, was 2-1. And the cadence we know today, 4-5-1, comes from this. It originated from 2-7-1. But it was actually, in the beginning, just a passing note. It's very beautiful like this. Okay, and then I have to check one technical thing with you. Watch out for parallel fifths. Do you see Si, Fa, Do, Sol is not possible, but Do, Sol, Si, Fa is possible. Do you understand why?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Yeah, so the first example with the fifths is not possible, Si, Fa, Do, Sol, but the second example is opposite, Do, Sol, Si, Fa is good. Do you understand why first one is bad and second one is good?
你跟他说这个平行五度 pair， 他刚才说什么？我没听见。
The fifths are not identical, huh? Which fifths are they?
I think the seventh part
is a passing
part
It's connect the tonic. Okay.
Okay.
Because of the function, you mean? Yeah, the function is indeed opposite, but the function is not the reason actually that it's good or bad. No. It's because of the fifth itself. Can you check the interval, Si, Fa, and Do, Sol? Can you compare the interval?
就刚才parallel fifth， 快说。
The fifths are not the same.
parallel fifth， 再说听不见。
Can you say again?
Parallel
Fifth.
Yes, parallel, but which fifth is it? Augmented, diminished, perfect, what do you see?
你说这个第一个是 perfect， 第二个是 diminished。perfect fifth， 刚才说第一个是 perfect fifth， 第二个是 second is diminished fifth。喂
Do you see Si, Fa? Si,
西发
Fa,
跟他说是
the
diminished
fifth is
fifth。
diminished,
diminished fifth.
你
Fifth.
说 this interval
and the second one, Do, Sol, is perfect fifth.
Fifth.
Yeah, so when you go from a diminished to a perfect fifth, it's not so good. But when you go the opposite, from a perfect fifth to a diminished fifth, is okay. That's what's written here. Diminished fifth is the 5 with the line. To a perfect fifth is normal 5, is not good. Perfect fifth
你跟他
to
说
diminished
减五
fifth
度
is
要解
okay.
决，发要到咪，说 diminished fifth
Do you
need
understand?
solved
Diminished fifth needs
Solved.
To
solved solved
the loft.
soft.
So, Elin, the connection is not so strong. I don't understand you.
你跟他说 diminished fifth interval need solved
Diminished
Diminished fifth
need to
need to
Soft.
The loft.
Loft.
That you say the diminished fifth needs to go down to a third.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what you mean, eh? Yeah, the diminished fifth has to close. It is already closer, so it has to close completely. Yes. And the diminished fifth cannot open. Yeah. Okay. So then, can I show you some scores as well?
就是洗发需要解决，它不能向上，它可以回去，就是洗发一定要到哆咪，不能到别的地方。然后如果是
So
法
we
西
have here D minor. Can we check once these chords?
哪个和弦呀？我没看着，他画了哪个和弦呢？啊。
One and 7 6 and then to the
那是对，第一个这是一个 D 小调。
7 6 and then to 1.
Yes, exactly. So because 1 comes back,
Yes.
how do we call the 7th degree in this case?
Yes.
我看这是个什么？
Can you say again?
这 passing chord 应该是。
Passing chord.
Passing chord. Very good. Yeah. So this is the example we just saw. Eh? So the 7th degree is created of notes like it looks like almost because by accident, but it suggests a chord, and that's very beautiful color. So 1 6th, 7 6th, and 1. So what you can say that this is actually tonica all the time, but we feel a little bit of dominant, but not really, because it's passing. Okay, I think there's another example. Yeah, it's again the same tonality. Beethoven string quartet. Wait, here, the beginning. So D minor, this is also 1.
这也是 D minor， 然后第一个和弦是一
And then the
级，
second beat,
这
what do you
是
see?
7级6，说 seventh first inversion seventh chord first
Fa,
inversion，
la, re.
说我看不对，
1 and
这是1级6 tonic first inversion， 说
1 and 1 6
1 6, yes.
and then
Mi, sol, do.
yes.
这是7级6，咪骚升哆，7级是升哆咪骚，
7 6 7 6
Yes, good.
and then
最后一个是主，
and then turn to 1.
Yes. And now we have to look at the line. So we have re, do, re. We have la, sol, fa. And we have fa, mi, re. How do you call the 7th degree then?
passing chord 说
7 degree passing chord.
Passing chord. Because all the voices are passing or I mean, are
neighbor.
passing neighbor notes. Exactly. And the whole chord then becomes ornament. Yes. That's very typical for the 7th degree chord.
Yes. And the 7 6 to become a dominant function.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because 7 has the leading tone, and the leading tone is always dominant.
拉升哆咪骚不就是属7吗？升哆咪骚是7级，拉升哆咪骚是属7，它说它跟属是一家的。
This is Cello Sonata by Beethoven. Can we check once the beginning of the piano? A major.
A major.
这不是7级6和弦吗？看低音高音符号是喜 re 升骚， 升骚西来是七级原位，西来升骚是
Si
一
re
级。
sol,
跟他说一下七级
do si la,
七
si
级
re sol.
哆咪
The
升
same. 7 6 7 6.
Good.
1 6
Yes.
1 6 and then
还是
C.
seven six
So C, right?
Yeah, it's the same, eh?
Yes, the same. And then the same.
Same.
1 6 and then the tone
Dado.
yes,
One, eh? Yeah.
that yes.
Yeah. So, how would you call the 7th degree in this case?
辅助 neighboring 说
Like
neighboring
you
chord
usually look here, la sol la,
说
mi re
neighboring
mi,
neighboring
and do si do.
chord 快说
Yes, the same passing chord.
说
Passing chord.
啊
Very
对
good.
passing chord
Very good. You understand, eh? How easy it is to connect 7 and 1 in a passing way.
不是这是 neighboring 你跟他说是不是 neighboring 啊
Here's again the same. This time is Brahms, but he does exactly the same as Beethoven. You check the beginning, A major. Which chords do we have?
你跟他说 neighboring 说 neighboring chord 你说一下
What?
So
Neighboring.
A major, Brahms, Violin
Neighboring.
Sonata, and he does the same as we just saw with Beethoven.
说呀
Same tonality,
neighboring
same chords.
neighboring chord 说
Can you check the chords?
说 neighboring
Okay.
chord
1 and so 6 7 6 and then 1 6.
Perfect, yeah. Exactly. And then how do we call the 7th chord?
啊这是应该是 passing
Do so la. Oh no. Do re do la so la.
跟他说 neighboring chord
是
是不是
The same.
Same. Passing. Yes.
passing
Very good.
passing
Okay, so you understand, eh? How the composers do this, eh?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Do I have more scores? No, this is it. So the exercises now, they are practicing to combine yourself. Now, 1 and 6, how do you combine it? And 2 and 4, this is from last week, eh? How do you combine it? And then the passing chord, 1 7 1. All the examples we saw, you can combine. Let's check, is there also 3? Oh, yeah, here, 3 and 5, also combine.
Our homework this week is 20 page.
Yes.
Yes, 20 page. And I also have another problem about that. If the composer who use this kind of connection, what they want to do the color or the other things.
The reason that they use this is
Yes.
color. Yes.
Yes.
The reason is just to make color. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Because there's no new chord and there's no new function, so they just want to create an atmosphere. That's the only reason.
Okay, thank you.
外公
Okay. Do you have any questions about the chapter of today? I let you calmly read it once again and the scores and so, because I think the examples in the music are very clear. And then we should do an exercise together next time. And then we have seen all the 6 chords, and then everything is mixed. And then we can do it together next time. So next week we'll do this one.
你把热点打你把
Okay.
热点打开
Very good.
把热点打开打开了吗
Then I let you go. I wish you a nice day. And for Lin Lin is already evening, I can see. Here is morning, with you is evening.
Yes, it's evening now.
Yes, it's getting dark. During the lesson, it was getting darker. Okay, Lin Lin, take care, and I hope you feel better soon.
Thank you, Professor. With the moment, I have
I think your microphone is not open.
Okay. Can you hear me? hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Yeah.
Yes. Probably help in your help about my visa. So I need to, 5 months have passed. So every day I spent in Beijing is a huge mental so need your help. Yes, my lawyer had filed a lawsuit with Belgium Links litigation board and had also filed similarly proceedings at the Belgium first level court, but so far there's no any result. So
Lynn, I don't understand you very well. The internet connection is a bit bad.
I will
I
send an email for you.
Can you say again?
I will send email to you.
Send me an email about the
Okay.
visa. I think you said something about the visa, but can you send me an email and then we speak about it? Because at the moment I cannot hear you.
Okay.
Maybe it's the connection.
Okay. Thank you. I will send email to you.
Yes, send me an email.
Thank you.
Okay. Take care. Get
Yes.
better soon, and then we speak soon.
Thank you.
Have a nice day. Goofang also.
Bye.
Okay, very much. See you next week.
See you next week. Bye
Bye.
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 你让我写这么多生词，我都读不下来。
给他发邮件说吧。
嗯。